Alright, what is going on my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and today, we're going to go ahead and try and build my own personal teams for the upcoming treasure map against Zorojuro right here. So, of course, if you guys haven't seen my treasure map pulls, my treasure map Sugofest pulls that is, go ahead and click the card at the top of the video, because we actually did get some pretty good pulls, and obviously, spoiler alert, we did get Kiyoshiro, which is the 2.2 times point booster unit. So I guess we can just start off there, right? Of course, we pulled the best booster. We're going to be going ahead and building a team like that, which automatically gives us an 8.47 times team. So that's a pretty big positive. Now, we do have this Basil Hawkins here as well. I've already gone ahead and deleted all the characters that I don't own. So these are the only 4 characters on this boosted list that I don't actually have. I have every single other unit here. So we're going to be using Basil Hawkins as our main captain. He's a 3 times captain to Dex, and then all other characters get a 2.75 times boost. Now remember, to activate his super type special, we do need a support effect that procs from an enemy action. So in this instance here against Trafalgar Law, on the final stage, we get despaired for 5 turns. What we can do is we can put a support character on this Okiku. This character right here, actually, who is actually boosted. So if we go over to his database page real quick, we can just briefly go over his support effect. But Kanjura's support effect down here attaches to Kiku Nojo. And once per adventure, when you're inflicted with Bind or Despair, reduce it by 2 turns. So that will actually activate Hawkins' super type special, which means that our Dex characters get enhanced color affinity, which is very good. Okay, so with this in mind, the preemptive of Stage 4 Chopperamon gives us a full board of block orbs. He gives us chain down for 5 turns. And then also when we kill him, our health is cut by 70%, which is really good for Hawkins, of course. And then on the final stage, we see 5 turns of Despair, 3 turns of Damage Threshold, so we need to remove that, and then he does buff his own attack, which doesn't really matter. So we do need a unit to remove Despair, no, not Despair, well, Despair we're going to be removing with the support effect, because with Sockets and the support effect, it'll be completely removed. But we will put this Lucci, because he gets rid of the Damage Threshold. And then we still need some sort of way to get around this chain debuff, so we can apply a chain lock to get around it, but even though Garp is here, I actually want to be using Garp here. We'll talk about this boss in just a minute. But, so what else can we do here? We could bring someone to remove it. I think this X-Drake gets rid of it. Reduces chain multiplier limit and chain coefficient reduction by 5 turns. Locks orbs for 1 turn. And then, if your captain is a Dex character, amplifies orbs by 2.25 for 1 turn. Wow. I mean, that's really good, but it just means that on the final stage, we don't get that orb boost, because he'll change... No, he doesn't change them into matching, but he locks our orbs, but this Kiku changes block orbs into matching. Yeah, so we can use both Okiku and X-Drake on stage 4. We can actually use one of the Kiyoshiras as well, because they're a color affinity booster. So we get color affinity, matching orbs, and those orbs are locked, and we also get an orb boost. Then on the final stage, we get color affinity. Actually, no, yeah, we get, oh yeah, because these both are color affinity boosters. That does kind of suck, because that means that we only get the color affinity and then Hawkins' damage. So in terms of overall damage output, it's not that hot. It is really not that hot, but we still need a character to remove the threshold, and like, he's the only character that really can do that. So, I mean, look, that's a 23 times team. That is pretty good. I actually want to go over to the calculator and have a look, because, man, this is gonna be real sketch, and we are hella zoomed in right now. So, as I said, we're going to have a full board of matching orbs moving into the final stage, so that's no problem. We will be able to activate our super type special, so we'll have, our health is cut by 70%, which is going to be, yeah, about this much damage. Nothing too crazy. Basil Hawkins and then Kiyoshiro, and at max level at a 2.25. That's only 3.6 million. That is not counting cotton candy or anything. So it would be nice if we had some additional damage from somewhere. I'll have to think about that. But so far, you know, 3.6 million obviously isn't too much. But the really good thing is we have a 23 times point boosting team, which is just exceptional. So again, it doesn't really do that much damage. If I had Legend Kid, I'd definitely be using him as the captain, because his multiplier is so much higher. Or another thing I could do is try and tank more damage along the way, so that Basil Hawkins has like the most amount of damage he can get, which is also something that we could do. But overall, not too shabby, but not the best either. But, you know, it's 23.15. You can't pass that up. That's really good. So let's move on to the mini bosses. So Sober Mask changes orbs into badly matching. He gives a special bind to our crewmates, so your captains do not get special binded. and then he gives you chain down. So the really good thing here is you can use Garp, because Garp's special ability will do a health cut. He gives you the 3.25 chain lock, and then reduces special bind. So he's the perfect captain to use here. As for filling this team out, we can kind of leave it at the moment, because this gets around all the debuffs. All we need to do is just fill it out, so we can come back to it later. Onami, so she has increased defense and damage threshold, and the only character that removes both of those, hang on a sec, that's not right. This one, reduce enemy defense up. Yeah, because this Clash Bonnie removes both of those things by 5 turns. So by having her on the team against Onami, we can get around both of her defensive effects, and then we can just build the team from that. So currently at this point, this team, in terms of utility that we need, is complete. So we'll keep moving on. So against Carrot, she changes our orbs to badly matching. She locks them for 1 turn as well. She has her own attack buff and then percent damage reduction by 4 turns. I think Otoko gets rid of that. Yes, she does. So we'll put Otoko on the team. And then, what was it again? Sorry, let me go back. Against Carrot. It's attack down, sorry, not her own attack buff. So yeah, it's attack down. So this Luffy, the treasure map Luffy from last month, because he removes the attack down, he changes badly matching orbs into matching, so that's perfect. And he's a 2x orb booster for our team. So with this, again, we just get around all the debuffs with just these 2 characters alone, so that's fantastic. Now, against Usohachi, definitely suggests to run the Super Type Straw Hats, makes it a lot easier. However, you know, doing some thinking about it, you can literally just use this guy. Zorojuro has a special ability. He does damage through all defensive effects. So the first time you launch his special, it does 250,000 damage, and it goes through all defensive effects, and it's fixed damage. Then the second time you launch it, it's 500,000 damage, and then the third time you launch it, it's 1 million damage. So that's really good, right? Because it means that, you know, just by launching it twice, because he has double special activation, you can get 750,000 damage that goes through all defensive effects. We actually pull up the calculator and see how much that's actually going to be worth. So by doing some pretty simple calculations, Zorojuro's special, by activating it once and then a second time on the final boss stage, will kill Usohachi guaranteed until level 65. Like 65 will be the final level that the Zoro special will kill Usopp. So that's pretty cool, right? Up until that level, you can just launch his special twice and he's dead. So that's probably the strategy that I'm going to go with. And then, you know, because you won't have him on level 1, what I'm tempted to do is just run version 1 lore, which obviously is not a boosted unit, but his special ability allows other specials to bypass barriers and just kill him. And I know it's not point efficient, but at the same time, if you're clearing it as fast as possible, as long as your end teams have enough points, that's all that really matters in the end. Like, getting some more points for these bosses obviously helps, but it's not the end-all be-all to make sure that every single one of these teams has, like, the highest points possible. It's actually more efficient to have faster teams for these, and then have your, you know, obviously your final teams have huge amounts of points. But anyways, in terms of filling out the rest of these teams, I definitely want to try and find a position for all of these characters here, because they're 1.35 point boosters, of course. So what I think I will do, I think I'll run double Snake Man here, because even though Onami is a quick character, you know, Luffy, and they're just running some Dex units. Remember, Luffy will be able to get you a 2.5 orb boost, a full board of matching orbs, and if you have your super type special, you get a 2x attack boost on top of that. It's phenomenal. That's pretty much all you need in a lot of cases. And remember, he is a 3.75 attack booster with his captain effect for all characters. You know, they don't even have to be a strength unit. So no matter what, you're getting pretty good damage. And it's just about filling out the rest of the team from there. So, like, we could put King in there, for example, because King, I mean, we can't actually get his conditional boost to activate because your captain has to be a Dex character, but at the end of the day, it's still a 1.35 point booster, which is pretty good. We do need one of the Straw Hats on the team, so like Raid Sober Mask makes perfect sense. And then we probably want to put a couple more Dex characters here, like Page 1, for example, would probably work. We still have like this Nami here, or this Luffy Lore. Like these legends, or like even a Chain Locker as well would be a pretty good call. So like for this team, we've got like attack orbs, and then we've got Bonnie to remove the debuffs. We've got a chain booster here if we want it. We pretty much don't need any more additional damage here. And then for Carrot, like having an attack booster would be really good. Are there any Dex attack boosters? Because I think Kid is like the only one I can think of. Oh, this guy, Kizaru, of course, right. So we could actually go ahead and put Kizaru on the team for an attack boost. That would work pretty well. And then, I mean, like, we could put a Chain Locker, we could put a Chain Booster, whatever. I mean, like, it'd be nice to put Sober Mask on here, but that obviously doesn't fit too well. Let's have a look. None of these characters... I mean, look, Luffy is a rainbow captain at the end of the day, so that is something that we could do. I am probably going to put Koala on the Sobermask team because she has type advantage being a side character, which makes a lot of sense. And then as for these int characters as well, this is what I was planning to do, is run just like a full int team and then just have Zorojuro as a sub. I think that actually works relatively fine, unless if there's like a rainbow captain that we could possibly use, but it doesn't really seem like a good option to do that. We could even run like double Blackbeard and then Katakuri sub. I mean, it doesn't really make that much difference. Actually, it kind of does. It is kind of better to have the 2 Katakuris, and in my opinion anyway. But yeah, so I guess let's just fill out this team. Let's just grab a couple of int characters. Unfortunately, no more int characters here. So you can put like Raid Carrot for an example, and like, I don't know, this Caesar. It doesn't really make a difference who it is, right? So at this point, you know, it's a 4.17 for a mini boss. That's more than enough. And as I said, all we need to do is launch the Zorojuro special twice, and that will kill up to level 65. And, you know, even if it gets to that point, if I am farming past level 65, I will just switch him out for, like, what's his face? Version 1 Law, which when you launch his special, you can allow 500,000 damage each from these Katakuris to go through defensive effects. And even if I get to a point where I need more damage past that, I'll just switch it up and run the Super Type Straw Hats, because that should be enough damage to just kill him with normal attacks. So, anyways, that shouldn't be that big of a problem. So I guess I'll just run Rayleigh here for a chain lock. I think that's pretty fair. And then for Onami, we don't have a color affinity booster, so we could just run that. Like, that would make sense. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So we have, like, attack boost, orb boost, color affinity, chain boost. Like, this is just, it's so much damage. It's totally overkill. So now against Sobermask, as we mentioned, Garp gets rid of all of the debuffs by himself. So we just want to kind of fill out the team with enhanced damage output. Now, we don't have a spot for Koala, and she does have type advantage, so she seems like a pretty good choice. I think we'll put her here, and then we'll put Sabo here, because then what we can do is we could put Treasure Map VV for an attack boost, and because at the start of the fight, all of our orbs are changed into badly matching, so everyone is going to have a badly matching slot. So if we have Sengoku, it means that we can have his special, and we'll get the 2x orb boost. We have the chain lock, we have the attack boost, and then these characters, obviously, they don't really do too much for us, but they're just, like, really good boosters. They're 1.35 point boosters. So with everything in tow, all of these teams, 4.78, and then a 23.15 point boosting team at the end. I'm pretty happy with that. Although, as I did mention, this team is a little sketch. A little sketch. I'm not really too sure how it's going to perform, but I guess we'll see how things go. But we still have the Intrusion boss team to go through as well. So Zorojuro, stage 2 against Bone Kichi, a full board of bomb orbs, so it's really ideal that you have Kid here. And then percent damage reduction. So of course we want someone that removes percent damage reduction, which is this Otoko. So we're definitely running that. And of course, because it is one of those teams, we are going to be using Kiyoshiro, and we are also going to be using Okiku. So that gives us a pretty good start. We'll use Hawkins, of course. And then, what else do we need to take note of? So, of course, we get the full board of bomb orbs, which does kind of suck. Otoko, when you launch her special to remove the percent damage reduction, she changes adjacent orbs, including block, into matching orbs. So at least, like, 3 characters will have a matching orb, which, you know, the later the nav levels, that's going to be a bit of a problem, but tanking hits with Hawkins isn't going to be that bad either. Now, then we move into the final boss stage, which we get inflicted with Bind. So with Sockets, it goes down to 2 turns. But remember, we can run the support effect of the Kanjuro attached to Okiku, so we can remove the Bind. That's not going to be a problem. And then we are also blinded as well, so we can actually just use the Okiku special to get rid of that. Quick and Psy Orbs are counted as not beneficial. That doesn't matter too much. 5 turns of a Chain Lock as well. Okay, so I think at this point we'll just run X-Drake. That makes the most sense to me. We'll just run X-Drake again, because he'll actually give us the Orb Boost on the final stage now, because we have to use him stage 5. We'll get the 2.25 times Orb Boost. So if we go ahead and launch this over on the damage calculator, let's see what we can get. Now, remember, when we launch Hawkins' special, he's going to give himself a matching orb, and he's going to give the adjacent characters matching orbs as well. Something else that we can do is we can run the support effect of Vivi. If I actually go over to the database real quick, we can actually just pull it up. So just in case you guys don't know, there's very key support effects that you could use. So we could go like Vivi, for example. This Princess Vivi, if you guys don't have her, you can farm her from story mode. She's not a guaranteed drop. She's very difficult to get, but her support effect is so good. Just when you reach the final stage, you just get a matching orb and you recover 2,000 health, and this can be attached to any character. It's so good. So we can guarantee a matching orb with that, and we can guarantee us another matching orb with this old school rare recruit Apu, because he also has a support effect. Any Dex unit, when you reach the final adventure, changes the supported character's orb into a Dex orb. So, basically saying, it'd be nice if I could actually get it back to where we were. Basically, we can have a VV and a Poo support, so we can guarantee us 5 matching slots. We can get the Super type special to activate because of the Okiku having the support of Kanjuro. We are going to be taking a little bit of damage because, remember, we do get a couple of bomb orbs on the stage against Brook, and if we purposefully hit goods and greats to take damage from bomb orbs, plus if we don't kill him, we're going to take a bit of damage from that. We can get a little bit of damage from Basil Hawkins' special. I don't think it would be too excessive, but we can have a special like that. We can have color affinity again from my man Kiyoshiro. We can have X Drake's special. So that is a bit more damage compared to what we had against the Law Boss. Definitely not crazy amounts of damage, but, you know, and you got to remember that when you launch the Hawkins special, it will actually deal like 1 million damage up front, so that's obviously going to be a nice addition as well. So basically, whatever this damage is, just add 1 million to it, and that's pretty much the damage that you should be getting. So yeah, give or take 6 million damage. That's awesome. I'm pretty happy with that. And look, as time goes on, we're going to be taking more and more damage from stage 2, which in turn will give our Hawkins more damage from his special, of course, which is great. But anyways, I think that's going to wrap it up. I think I'm pretty happy with the teams that we've created here. As I said, all of these teams having 4.78 is pretty crazy, and then the 2 other teams having a 23.15. I'm happy with that. So, yeah, I will be streaming the treasure map when it goes live tomorrow, so if you guys are very interested in that, make sure you go ahead and follow the Twitch channel. It's always linked down below in the video description for you guys, so definitely go check it out. Yeah, we'll be streaming it. We'll be hopefully getting to those point rewards, getting those legend tickets, and of course, if we do get the legend tickets on stream while I'm farming, we will be doing them, so it's going to be really awesome to see what we can get. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Good luck in the treasure map. Hopefully the farming isn't too intense. And if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below to stay up to date with all the One Piece Treasure Cruise content. But on that, I'll see you guys within the next video.